Hello and welcome dear friends. In this video, we will see the concept of neurotransmitter, their types and functions. In 1921, it was confirmed that neurons mostly communicate by releasing certain chemicals. These chemicals are called as neurotransmitters. They are classified as excitatory and inhibitory. This classification is based on their action on the neurons. Excitatory neurotransmitters are those that excite the neurons and stimulate the brain, while inhibitory neurotransmitters are known for having a calming effect on the brain. Neurotransmitters like GABA and serotonin come under the category of inhibitory neurotransmitters, while epinephrine, norepinephrine are the excitatory neurotransmitters. Dopamine, on the other hand, can act as an excitatory as well as inhibitory neurotransmitters. There are main types of neurotransmitters that includes acetylcholine, which is excitatory, norepinephrine excitatory, formerly called as noradrenaline, dopamine, which is excitatory as well as inhibitory, GABA, long form of GABA, that is gamma aminobutyric acid, which is inhibitory neurotransmitter, glutamate, that is excitatory neurotransmitter, serotonin, excitatory as well as inhibitory neurotransmitter, endorphin, excitatory and inhibitory neurotransmitter. At first, acetylcholine. This acetylcholine was the first neurotransmitter to be discovered. Acetylcholine has many functions. It is responsible for much of the stimulation of muscles, including the muscles of gastrointestinal system, also linked with learning, emotions and memory. It is also found in sensory neuron and in the autonomous nervous system, and has a part in scheduling REM sleep, that means dream in the sleep. The plant poison, curare and hemlock cause paralysis by blocking the acetylcholine receptor sites of muscle cell. The well-known poison, that is botulinum, works by preventing the vesicle in the axon ending from releasing acetylcholine, causing paralysis. The botulinum derivatives Botox is used by many people to temporarily eliminate the wrinkles. On a more serious note, there is a link between acetylcholine and Alzheimer's disease. There is something on other of a 90% loss of acetylcholine in the brain of people suffering from the Alzheimer's, which is a major cause of senility. Second, that is norepinephrine, which is excitatory and formerly called as noradrenaline. Norepinephrine is strongly associated with the bringing our nervous system into high alert. It is prevalent in the sympathetic nervous system and it increases our heart rate and our blood pressure. Our adrenal gland releases it into the bloodstream along with its close relative epinephrine, that is eka-adrenaline. It is also important for forming memories. Stress tend to deplete our store of adrenaline. Exercise tend to increase it. Amphetamine, that is working the speed of the work by causing the release of norepinephrine as well as other neurotransmitters called as dopamine and serotonin. Third category of neurotransmitter, that is dopamine. This dopamine is another relative of norepinephrine and epinephrine. It can be both excitatory and inhibitory depending on the receptor sites. Dopamine is strongly associated with the rewards mechanism in the brain, involved with the thought, feeling, motivation, behavior, movement, attention, decision making. Drugs like cocaine, opium, heroin and alcohol increase the level of dopamine as nicotine. If it fails, good dopamine neurons are probably involved. The severe mental illness, schizophrenia, has been shown to involve excessive amount of dopamine in the frontal lobe, and drugs that block dopamine are used to help schizophrenics. On the other hand, too little dopamine in the motor areas of the brain are responsible for Parkinson's disease, which involves uncontrollable muscle tremor. Recently, it has been noted that low dopamine may related not related to the unsociability of schizophrenics but also to social anxiety. Third category of these neurotransmitters is GABA, which is inhibitory neurotransmitter. GABA acts like a brake to the excitatory neurotransmitter that lead to anxiety. People with too little GABA tend to suffer from anxiety disorder, and drugs like Valium works by enhancing the effect of GABA. Lots of other drugs influence GABA receptor, including alcohol and barbiturates. If GABA is lacking in certain parts of the brain, epilepsy results. Fifth category of the neurotransmitter, that is glutamate, which is excitatory one. Glutamate is relative of GABA. It is the most common neurotransmitter in the central nervous system, as much as half of all neurons in the brain, and is especially important in regards to memory and learning. Curiously, glutamate is actually toxic to neurons, and an excess will kill them. Sometimes brain damage or a stroke will lead to an excess and end with many more brain cells dying than from the original trauma. Many believe it may also be responsible for quite a variety of diseases of a nervous system and are looking for ways to minimize its effect. Glutamate was discovered while looking for the flavor common to things like cheese, meat, and mushroom. Sixth category of neurotransmitter is serotonin, which is excitatory as well as inhibitory. Serotonin has been found to be intimately involved in the emotions and mood. Too little serotonin has been shown to lead to depression, problems with anger control, obsessive compulsion disorder, and suicides. Too little also leads to an increased appetite for carbohydrates, that is starchy food, and trouble sleeping, which are also associated with the depression and other emotional disorders. It has also been tied to migraines, irritable bowel syndrome, and fibromyalgia. Prozac and other recent drugs help people with depression by preventing the neurons from the vacuuming of excess serotonin so that there is more left floating around in the synapses. This is all about the neurotransmitters. Thank you so much for watching this video.